first Prep Spirit Awards were presented in November 1981, when the late Father John Browning, S.J., class of 46, then principal of St. Peter's, began this great tradition. It was Father Browning's hope that the awards would celebrate all that Prep represented. They also reminded us that heroes come in many different forms, and that we should recognize them among us. We hope as well that all can see the good deeds in those we recognize and use their example to inspire our own work. As we celebrate our awardees, we celebrate the community that sends them forth and nourishes their life among us. Prep Spirit Awards are given to the young men who model for our entire community the qualities and values that define a Prep student. The characteristics outlined in our mission statement and the Grad at Grad, which speak about Prep's desire to form young men who are open to growth, intellectually competent, religious, loving, and committed to doing justice. That is, students by who what they do and how they do it give life to our community. It is hoped that we can pay particular attention to the unsung heroes among us. All students who receive a Spirit Award today are asked to remain against the York Street wall until the end of the assembly.
Good morning, Prep. Every school has a few students whose influence is felt not through big gestures, but through the everyday kindness that makes others feel seen. This junior is one of those people. Whether supporting a classmate, offering a thoughtful question, or lending his time without being asked, he brings a calm, generous spirit to Prep. His service extends well beyond the classroom. He volunteers for food drives, supports admissions, and serves as an altar server. One nominator shared, he is outer focused, always asking how people are doing. He's an adult already. His teachers and peers speak just as highly of him, noting that he, quote, cares about learning for its own sake, and is always ready to help others tackle challenging material in class. He balances service, leadership, and a demanding course load with grace, setting an example for others to follow. He has lived the Prep way as a dedicated member of the Library Advisory Board, Intramurals, and the Slavic Club, and his leadership shines as the head of the Rubik's Cube Club. But most importantly, his presence is felt in the small, consistent ways, through the gentleness with which he treats others, the reliability of his work, and the calm steadiness he brings to everything he does. He is truly a superstar around Prep, though he would be the last to call himself one. For his dedication, humility, and generous spirit, the Spirit Award is proudly presented to this junior from Hawthorne, Evan Pidane.
Good morning, everybody. Since their inception, Spirit Awards have celebrated Prep students who embody the ideals that make Prep as special as it is. These students are the ones who create and bolster the community we're all a part of, and they do so much while seeking no recognition or reward. Although this student avoids the limelight, his peers have taken notice of his commitment to making Prep and its community a more wonderful place. Immediately upon becoming one of our Prep brothers, this student made sure to involve himself in a variety of clubs and activities. Across his 4 years at Prep, he's continued this trend of involvement, currently participating in and even leading a breadth of clubs. To each club meeting, he brings with him humor, kindness, and selflessness, all which make him a model student and a model leader. At club meetings, in his classes, and in Prep's halls, he ensures that everyone feels included, and he serves as a constant source of guidance, encouragement, and inspiration for his fellow students and team members, especially the underclassmen. As one nominator writes, he's a great role model to younger students, a bright mind who gladly shares his light with others in the humblest of fashions. Although he ordinarily refuses to accept accolades, even as he does so much, we are proud to celebrate this very deserving student today. For his selflessness, his dedication, and his amiability, a Spirit Award is very proudly presented to this student from Sea Caucus, Aedan Amato.
When Father Browning created the Spirit Awards, a lot of words probably came to mind to describe the kind of recipients he deemed worthy. Beyond the tenets of the grad at grad, another word that likely came to mind was dedicated. For this recipient, his dedication that stands out among the reasons we will call his name today. One of the special things about this recipient is that despite the intensity he approaches his sport with, you can always find a smile on his face. As he has matured, he has become a teammate you can count on to do the right thing and step up when his number is called, while also being a guy you can crack a joke with and a guy who will lift you up when you're feeling down. This attitude extends beyond the field as he strives for the Magis every day, since prep has taught him success isn't about what you do on the field, but who you are off it. While the demands of his position reveal his intellectual competence on the field, the brightest showing of it was actually on the court. Well, in the courtyard to be exact. At the Keys to Greatness Gala last month, he gave an amazing speech detailing his journey with prep and was a key part in raising money for the General Scholarship Fund. For his willingness to lend a helping hand and be a man for others, a Spirit Award is proudly presented to this junior from Bayonne, Bryant Isaac.
Many want to be leaders. Some are called on to do so. Few step up on their own initiative. The Spirit Award recognizes students who go against the grain, blaze their own trail, and make a positive impact on the lives of everyone in their community. Throughout his prep career, this recipient has embodied the charismatic leadership that brings light to prep. He often takes underclassmen under his wing. One writing, "He constantly gives the team meat and motivation to strive for more. And if we underperform our expectations, he is the first person to help pick yourself back up and acts as an overall positive light." This recipient is one of the most eager participants in student council and on the campus ministry team, where he takes the lead on various projects and encourages others to follow suit. He embodies the values of service within and beyond prep, always among the first to volunteer at any time his help may be needed. This recipient's most impressive example comes from a time where his presence was not necessarily called upon. Even in the face of his own personal adversity, his unwavering commitment to the prep community was on its best display. After suffering a season-ending injury, he not only stayed committed to his team, but stepped up in his role as a leader. For his passionate commitment to prep and his readiness to lead, this Spirit Award is proudly presented to this senior from Westfield, New Jersey, Benjamin Lucas.
Please do one more round of applause for our recipients. We unfortunately got hit with a few absences today, so we're going to hold off, and we always make sure we don't give Spirit Awards to people who aren't here. Thank you to my committee. Thank you to you. Again, the nominations keep rolling in, and they are incredibly helpful to the team in terms of making a decision. Like I've told you before, we don't pull names out of hats. We don't give names ourselves, so it is all based on what you say in your nomination, so it's really important if you nominate.